All right, let us get to the women's finals because we do know who's playing. We do have the odds, and it is going to be epic. Serena Williams versus Simona Halep. Obviously, with Serena Williams, let me pull out the most recent odds here. Serena Williams 1.55, Simona Halep 2.75. Snize, do you think that those odds are just and a reflection of what is to come?
Yes. I would say those odds are just. I would even myself place Serena as an even larger favorite. I think that the pathway to victory for Serena is just so much simpler. She's back to close to her brilliant best, and she's spoken this week about how playing mixed doubles with Andy Murray has helped her sharpen up her game, especially when it comes to coming forward to the net and hitting volleys. The American serve, it's the best in the women's game, and if that is firing, that opens up Serena's entire repertoire, and that serve has been getting better and better, and if she's firing at a higher margin there, I don't think Halep has a way to contend with that. The Romanian is an incredible mover and counterpuncher, and just like Kerber did last year, she'll have to make this a physical match. She'll have to play high margin tennis for Serena to run all day long. But in that match Serena lost, she wasn't at her peak, and though she's had a pretty simple path, she's avoided a lot of bullets in body, for example, to get to this final. I don't think that Halep will be able to execute a perfect game plan. Her serve is weak, and that will spell trouble against the Serena returning. And if the American isn't below her best, I don't think that Halep will be able to contend. If you look at the head-to-head matchups, Serena is 9-1. Halep did win one match, and a couple of them have gone to 3 sets. But what I've noted is that Serena has more powerful serve. Obviously, she has an easier time holding. So even if it goes to 3 sets, I still think that Serena Williams is going to get it done in the end. So I've bet her -3 games at 1.82 here.
All right, and you said that you would have put her as stronger favourites in the odds there. So is there? I'm guessing there's a lot of value there at the 1.55 for the straight Serena Williams win. Yeah, and you're obviously just getting
I would bet that.
Yeah, wow, all right. Well, Capper, we've got Prognosticos Deportivo says Halep to win 1 set. Would you agree with that?
I would. I'm gonna go. Okay, so again, you know, in the same sort of way we were talking about the men's side and the way that Snize set himself up for profit there, I'm sitting in a similar boat here on the women's side. I've got 14-1 on Halep to win the title. But, you know, I recognized exactly when Snize was kind of making the case Serena's the best player left in this field, back her at plus money while you can. I grabbed some money there to cover my exposure on all of my futures. So I can't lose, really. But I also don't really, if I had nothing, I would actually go the other way from Snize and say there's value on Halep to win still. I think this is a much closer match than the bookmakers have lined it. My case for Halep goes something like, all right, and let me address one other thing you brought up, Snize. The quotes that she was saying about playing mixed doubles with Andy Murray, that was straight media manipulation. She knows that the media is all about covering, the British media loves the fact that Andy Murray is in Wimbledon playing mixed doubles. It's a story that they've been eating it up and reporting. She's garnering favor by talking about how it's been super valuable. I mean, she is playing the media 100% for positive coverage and glowing coverage there. I don't think it really has changed her game at all. Her game is still baseline, power, hitting winners, and, what she does at the net, is cherry on top. It's not really fundamentally important one way or the other in terms of winning this match or singles for her on grass in general, in my opinion. And I would say Halep presents an especially interesting challenge for her, exactly in the same way Kerber did last year, where she can defend phenomenally well. And Serena, absolutely in the back of her head, she's put a lot of pressure on herself to win this title, post-maternity. She's got to win this title. And to a degree, the pressure is on her. And to a degree, if Halep can defend against some of her, more powerful, baseline attacks, she could frustrate her. She could put even more pressure on Serena to do it with her serve and her serve alone. I know Halep has not looked especially impressive holding serve throughout this point of the tournament, and that's a huge vulnerability. There's no denying that, and she's going to get broken. There is no denying that. But I do think she can frustrate and prolong this match. I do think she can win a set. I think the most likely outcome is Serena 2-1. I think over 2.5 sets is my favorite play on this one. If I'm betting it completely, completely fresh, attacking the markets that are available, it's available basically 2.5-ish for over 2.5 sets, which is, I think, a very, very strong value. And I think Halep has a fighting chance here. So I'm going to be riding out my future ticket without doing much more bouncing to kind of level out my payouts.
So therefore, you guys are a little bit head-to-head here.
A little bit.
We end not united. You think that Simona Halep has got a fighting chance, so therefore you wouldn't give Serena Williams the minus 3.5 set handicap, and Snize is saying take Serena Williams at the 1.5 because he even thinks that there's value there. Oh my goodness! So us as viewing here, what should we do?
Well, if you want to go back through history and you want to look at my particular prediction, my prognostication for forecasting history in women's finals involving Serena Williams, I think I'm like 0-4 on this show. So congratulations, Snize. This probably makes me 0-5. For whatever reason, when I was extremely confident in her over Osaka, over Pliskova in the semifinals, and over at the Australian Open, and I thought she was going to beat Kerber last year for Wimbledon. I was wrong on all those occasions. So you're probably in good shape there, buddy.
All right. Oh my goodness. All right. So there's I enjoy the game and place no bets, or do we see a great edge? Okay, so there's a question here from Bells Boys 26. I have a $50 future on Serena at plus 125. Should I just enjoy the game and place no bets, or do we see a great edge? So based on Snize would say stick with the $50 futures and enjoy the game. But what would you say, Whale Capper?
I would say find a middle. I would say shoot for a way where you exactly like what Prognosticos Deportivos laid out, which is find a way to bet Halep to win one set. That way you can if Halep wins one set, you win that bet, and if Serena wins two, you win that bet, and you can potentially double up on your payouts there. The alternative would be to watch the match play out. I think, and be prepared to bet live. I think if you're going to bet Halep as a means of covering your exposure, you're going to want a better number than that is currently available. So you're going to want to wait and see if Serena can get out to a little bit of a hot start, if she can win a couple of games early, if she can get the first break, if she can win the first set. Then you're going to see a number on Halep live like plus 500 or something incredible. So then that gives you a much more flexibility to cover your hedge your play there. But the value, at least as I look at the market right now, is over 2.5 sets in this one. I think this comes down to a third set decider. Both of these women are fresh. Both of these women are playing spectacular tennis right now. And they've shown us, since Serena has kind of gotten into the later stages of her career, every time she's played Halep, it's been a battle. It's gone 3. Halep hasn't beaten her, but they have all been very, very competitive. You go look back through their history to where Halep, before she was the player she is today, and there were a lot of blowouts. But I think at their current form, this is a very competitive match.
But really, who do you think is going to be lifting the trophy, Well Capper? If you have to make a decision, who is it?
It's probably Serena.
All right.
I give her a 55% chance.
And I'm just actually looking, because I thought to help some of our viewers, I'm looking at our resident tennis writer, Joao, who's actually going to come on a video next week with Snize. He's coming back. I know, I'm very excited. And he is liking Serena Williams to win. He found odds of 1.58. Obviously, those odds have slightly dropped, but he is saying, he's agreeing there with Snize that there is some value there. So there we go. We do think that Serena Williams will win, but we think that Simona Halep will give it a fighting chance. And as far as games and sets and everything, Snize, what do you predict?
I'm probably saying Serena 2-0. I think this match is decided by the fact if Serena can get off to a good start, if she can handle, like Wales mentioned, there is more pressure on Serena Williams here. She places that pressure on herself. Through her illustrious career, she doesn't really have much left to prove, but she does place that pressure on herself. She can get a little tight. She can get a little bit nervous. So I'd say if Serena doesn't show nerves early in the match and gets off to a strong start, I think she's going to run away with it from there. And if not, I think we have a match on her hands there. To me, if the match is going to be close, Halep will have to win the first set. So for those over 2.5 set looks, I would rather just play Halep first set because I don't really think that Halep will be able to hang in there and withstand the surge of Serena if she gets going and rolls up to a 1-0 set lead.
Okay, all right. So just to recap here, Snize, what's your tip here for the women's final?
So I'm on Serena Williams -3 games. You can get that at 1.82. And I'm going to check what that is for our American friends here. That is -122.
Okay, all right. Whale Capper, what are you going for?
I'm going for over 2.5 sets at 2.52. And I'm looking for Halep to win the first set, 6-4. Serena to come back and win 6-4 in the second. And then the third set to be decided. We'll say it's a true epic. And the third set is decided 9-7 in favor of Serena.
Okay. All right. Interesting stuff. And very, very quickly, actually, we're just calling Martin now very quickly. If it is a Federer-Djokovic final, if, hypothetically, what would your tip be, Whale Capper?
I'm looking for. I like the Djokovic angle a lot. I would look for Djokovic 3-0 or 3-1, exact correct score. And actually 3-1 I think is the sweet spot. I'm probably looking for a price of about 4.5-ish on a correct score of Djokovic 3-1, something like that.
Okay, nice. And Snize, what about yourself?
Yeah, I would also have to go with the Djokovic angle. I do think he wins that game, and to secure a little bit of profit on that Federer outright there, I will have to go with Djokovic as well. If his money line opens at a decent price, that's a great way to go. He has a really, really high chance of winning that match. I would say it's probably 70% or above. I think it's a really favorable matchup for him. So Djokovic to win, and probably going to put Djokovic -1.5 sets as well.
All right. There we go, boys. Thank you so much for coming on, covering Wimbledon with me. 2 weeks of fun and entertainment, and best of luck with your finals bets there. And we will see you soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye, guys. Whale Capper and Snize Master. There, give them a follow on Twitter. Thank you, boys, and have a good weekend.